Hello everyone, my name is Masterstarman and welcome back for more Let's Play Metroid Prime. Last time, we went around the world, and got a lot of collectibles. We got at least one energy tank and a bunch of missile expansions, which is why I love just falling all the way down here. Nah, in all seriousness though, we did a lot of backtracking because we had a lot of new tools at our disposal. We also got at least one artifact too in a pretty cool way, so yeah, we can't say the last video was entirely an optional thing. Speaking of optional though, if we jump up this way and jump up here, there is in fact a missile expansion here. I think with a really well done double bomb jump, we could have gotten this a while ago. Because this is the way where we're coming from getting the bombs. Maybe, but that jump is kind of a stingy one. I just prefer to wait until this point, because we have to come back this way at this point anyways, like, no matter what. So I figured, why not just get the missile right then and there. Anyways, if we remember this way, we do in fact remember the 21st night of September. I don't know why I'm making so many random references this video all of a sudden, but yeah, down this way. If you noticed, or remembered, there was this really weird glitchy track here that I don't think you can walk up in this version of the game because it's kind of weird like that. This spider track's just glitchy overall. But if we head over this way here, we can just kind of head across those invisible blocks there and arrive in a new room here. These are plated parasites. I think that's a new enemy there, actually. I don't know if we've seen those before or not. Maybe. Those aren't the same as the ice parasites. I want to say that is a new enemy there. This video is going to have a fair bit of Chozo lore, fair warning. So, yeah, keep that in mind. You'll want to remember this room for later, too, because as you notice, there is a spider wall track in the ceiling. Can't really do much about that, because that is Bendezium we need. There is a missile up here, though, so keep that in mind. Let's read the Chozo lore here. What is this otherworldly persistence that infests the land, seeking out life in its blind need for corruption? And where did the meteor that brought it originate? Was it crafted by alien hands? Or was it a revunked chunk of a planet that suffered a violent end? Or our minds qual in horror at the thought that long ago, in some corner of the universe, as yet unseen by our eyes, an entire planet was perhaps once coated with this great poison. Whatever cataclysm may have ruptured the doomed place must have been mighty indeed, and if other meteors from it spread throughout space, bearing this evil to far corners of the universe, we hold so fast the hope that this is not so, that the only surviving remnants of this evil are here on Talon 4, then at least there's hope for its eradication. If only you knew. If only you knew. Alright, in all seriousness, we're at a new part of Chozo Ruins here. If we head over this way. This room. Is there more Chozo lore in this room here? Or am I thinking of a different room? I think I'm thinking of a different room here. There is something we can get in this area, though. Because we can use our boost ball. That's also a white door on the side there. We can't actually. Yeah, this is Chozo lore here. This is 3 parts of Chozo lore. Oh, jeez. We might have another video where I read all this at the end of the video, because this is a lot here. This isn't something I blow open with a super missile, is it? Oh, it is, totally. And this isn't timed here, is it? No, okay. We got a lot of lore to read here. If there is a lot of lore here to read, then I'm probably just going to insert all this near the end of the video, because this is going to be a pretty lengthy one as it is. To the Entrusted One, if you read these words, then our hope has not been in vain. Your path is fraught with danger. Monstrosities beyond description lurk in the shadows, starving, hunting for prey, searching for ways to quench poison urges that bloom from their brains. Some of these are shrewd, but they are blinded by evil design, believing in black promise of great poison they seek to harness for their own ends. It is the last that the great danger. When you rid the universe of these creatures, you will be the true Entrusted One. None know if our temple, the Cradle, will prove powerful enough to contain this evil forever. For now, it wraps around the abomination, cutting it off from the world above. However, we believe that the power or cipher, which is being produced by linking the 12 artifacts, should be strong enough. The fate of this world is now left to the one who will collect all the artifacts in the future. The time when the Entrusted One knows is approaching. Many Chozo are gifted with the distant sight, and even more begin to learn as harmonization with the universe becomes more complete. We peer forward, seeing prophecy in the ripples of the water, hearing the rumors of coming days of Breath of the Wind. Though we celebrate the distant sight, many of these visions are dark. The worst of the prophecies and the most common tells of the coming of the worm. Born from the parasites, nurtured in poison of the womb. The worm grows, devouring from within until the world begins to rot. Not all prophecies come to pass, of course, but we cannot help but fear this dark portent. Anyways, yeah, the lore is definitely getting quite a lot deeper than it was before. If we head all the way up this way here, there is in fact a bomb slot here. And I thought at least one of these was a timer. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Or maybe it's this thing here, honestly. Yeah, okay, this is on a timer, but I mean, it's right here anyway, so nothing you need to worry about to begin with, so doing all that grants us a pretty easy to get missile expansion. Can't really complain too much. It is possible to get this without the boost ball. It's also possible to make that jump without boost ball, but again, I think it has to be the GameCube version due to a weird exploit with the lock-on in that game. Nothing that way, so random blast door here for some reason. And more parasites. And in this room, we come to the Chozo Hall of the Elders, where one of these assholes awaits us. We got another Chozo ghost here. We took down 3 of these assholes before. I don't think one is too bad. Show yourself. Pretty bold move to try and use that attack to that avail at the very end there. Anyways, we got more Chozo lore here. Things bound to earthly shapes are temporal and frail, existing in a single dimension. They are fragile, vulnerable, and ultimately mortal. However, not all these things obey their laws. Shapeless, they wait beyond the realm of perception, emerging only when one arrives who can feel their presence. Such is the will of the Chozo. Our will to defeat the evil sleeps and this planet remains. We desire only to see the darkness meet its end. The will of the Chozo has no mind or reasoning of its own. This will be the Entrusted One's trial. Well, I think we passed the trial pretty decently. Now, normally what happens here is you're supposed to get launched up into this thing, and that takes you up to that spider ball track. I want to show one of the funniest things in this entire game that I never get tired of doing here. If we jump up this way here, you notice this weird nut sticking out of the wall here? It's possible just to jump up here. You're normally not supposed to be able to stand here with the, if you, like, took the normal boost up here, like, I can demonstrate this here. I'm pressing the C button to get out of Morph Ball. You can't normally get out of Morph Ball there. Yeah, this game is kind of weird with its sequence breaks, but I think that was just the funniest one. Because technically the Spider Ball isn't really a required item. Required under normal circumstances, yes, but, like, technically it is something you can skip to beat the game. I don't think any of these give anything here. Yeah, we do have some ideas here. The white one appears to be affected by cold, the red one affected by heat, so bit of hint to what other future weapons we might be getting. But yeah, I don't know. I find that hilarious that you can just do that with the with the double jump there and just stand on the nut that's sticking out. Like, that doesn't have any reason to even be there, but it just kind of is, and I think that's what makes it funnier to me. Anyways, we're launched up to a higher end of this area. I do like the puzzle aspect of this room here. If we head all the way up here, there is a scan here, which is very useful. Now this opens up a shortcut back down this way. And I passed this area up here because there is actually something very nice in this area that is kind of new here. Missile station. Step into these stations to fully reload your missile launcher. Not too many of these in the game. There's, like, you can get any chance you want to scan this, but there's not that many missile stations in the game. So I don't think there's ever really a point where you should be too super low on missiles, but it is something to kind of keep in mind. Anyways, I believe we have an enemy that's not necessarily new, but an enemy we haven't seen in a long time. Stone Toad. We actually saw those guys way back when we first came to Chozo Ruins, but there was only, like, one room with them in it, so yeah. Anyways, this room here, you notice is kind of a half pipe underneath here, but we can blow the drain open here. Stone Toads are mildly annoying enemies. They'll kind of try and suck you in if you, like, go near them with the boost ball. Thank you, Tablet, for just kind of notifying me there, right then and there. Also, why am I messing this up here? Okay. That one's actually useful because he does kind of help you out there. We do have some more blast shields, which means I can do this. I think. Yeah, there we go. Let's play some blast shield tennis, or blast door tennis. In all seriousness, though, let's play some more blast door tennis. It is kind of fun doing this, and this is like, I don't know if this is like the last instance of this. I don't think it is, but I mean, we've seen most of the other ones by this point already. And this is like one of the few that we can only do with, like, all our weapons right now. But not all our weapons for long. Oh, that's actually the save room. On this side, check it out. Ice Beam. We get TM13, baby! I don't think it's actually still TM13. I think it's a TR in the later games. But yeah, we get Ice Beam, finally. Whew, very, very powerful 95 base power attack that has a 10% chance of freezing. Okay, I'm kidding. The Ice Beam is our third main weapon here. Ice Beam is pretty powerful. It's very, very slow moving. But yeah, its charge effect can in fact freeze enemies here, which is very, very nice. I will kind of point out something here. There are two elevators in this area, and both these elevators are kind of terrible. Like, that elevator there leads to a part of Talon Overworld that we don't really want to go to right now, because it just kind of leads to a dead end. This is the way we want to go to, but even this one is pretty bad. So, I'll demonstrate why in a minute here, and this is not one of my favorite parts of Metroid Prime, admittedly. So, with our new ice beam here, I think I've talked about Gamers before here. Yeah, I don't think you can kill them too easily normally. These guys will just die in one hit anyway, so... Ice Beam's definitely, I think, stronger than the other two beams. It just has a really slow-ass rate of fire here. We've scanned Venom Weeds already, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we have. There is a missile expansion here, which is very nice to get. And this room here. We're greeted by more flying pirates here. That's the power of the freezing right there. If you freeze most enemies, they will usually die to another missile attack, which is very, very, very nice. And you're just gonna stand there. Or that was an almost dead pirate anyway? Oh, okay. Irregular life signs detected. Massive internal injuries due to concussive trauma. These are more similar to the space pirates we saw at the beginning of the game. I didn't even remember these guys being here, actually. So, this area here, you don't want to go to yet. Yeah, it's kind of the next main area, and believe it or not, we don't have the necessary item we want to go through there. Guess where the next necessary item is? Phendrana Drifts. Guess what item we needed to access that part of Phendrana Drifts? Ice Beam. We had to go from Phendrana Drifts all the way to Chozo Ruins and back to Phendrana Drifts, then back here. This is, in my opinion, the worst part of the backtracking in Metroid Prime. Like, bar none, the absolute worst. I don't really like this part of the game very much. I can't believe I got that missile early. I don't know if I've ever actually done that early like that before, but that's nice anyway. Normally there's another enemy in this area. I don't know if it actually spawns in yet or not. I don't think so. So, it's an enemy we get plenty of chances to see later, so not worried about it, but normally there is another enemy there. But yeah, we gotta go all the way back to that one ice door in the elevator just after we beat Thardis. I don't really like this part of the game a whole lot. I like the upgrades you get from it, but I do not like this part of the game at all. Like, it's... there is so much backtracking at this point, but... that is the life of a Metroid game, unfortunately, so... yeah. Fortunately, there are some shortcuts we can use to make it a little bit faster, so let's get to it, because we can make this a little bit easier for ourselves. So, you're going to want to go through Talon Overworld, drop down this giant tree here, take the elevator down to Magmore Caverns, ride the Spider Ball track, freeze some of these things, which you can now do with the ice turret, cross over this and almost die in geothermal core. Almost die in geothermal core. Flip this guy over again, deal with some more annoying flying pirates here, and we're back. Would you believe me that with all that complaining, it only took me about 3 minutes to get back here, 4 minutes, roughly. So yeah, it doesn't take too long, admittedly. There are some decent shortcuts to get back to this area here. I just don't really like the practice of it, but... with all that being said, I think that's actually going to call it for this video of Metroid Prime, because this was a pretty lengthy one as it was here. And we did a fair number of stuff. We explored a good chunk of Chozo Ruins, learned a lot of backstory, and got a brand new weapon, which is pretty rare in this game. So, next time, we're going to head back to Phendrena Drifts and see what we can find in that area. I'll see you guys for that then. Peace out.